Good afternoon, everyone. Kitty Foss here, your storytelling astrologist, reader of the stars for January 4th and January 5th. So, we started the day with a moon in Cancer. That was the moon of the supermoon. And it was working in a trine as well as a sextile. So, a trine is working in the background, a sextile is what we activate. The trine was with Saturn, and the sextile was with our Uranus energy. These last moments of the powerful supermoon work directly with the energy that is in that Saturn placement in Pisces. It's emotional strength earlier on, supporting a self-leadership and how that self-leadership becomes self-healing. So understand that. That's very important as we look at how do we nurture that. It's part of this uncovering. This activation comes with an awakening of body awareness over this next couple days, of physical awarenesses, body awareness, our space, our garden, the Taurus kind of energy, how we feed ourselves, how we live in the society that we live in that's directly around us. Be aware of this over these 2 days because that gives you some practice as we look at some of the larger issues that are starting to open up, and how do we hold our own center, creating that energy that we are evolving through. And then as that moon moves into Leo, the moon of the sun, what moves you forward, the personal energy that moves you forward, is in focus these 2 days. And it works with nuzzling us forward to that final wrap up. It's in a conversation in a trine with our Neptune energy that's in Pisces. So it's a final wrap up of 165-year cycle. That's really important. We're getting ready eventually for it to go back into its next fully 165-year cycle without dipping back in. So it is tying up some ends. So you can think of spiritually what's been uncovered, how will we move forward, what's still being uncovered to make sure it's moving on in this evolution. That's what we're kind of facing, and understand that's nuzzling us in the background. What arises now may surprise you, and understand this is about forward energy with integration. So pay attention to those things that seem random. They're not. This is about this forward integration. This, coupled with our opposition, that is our Pluto energy, so it's about our visionary energy of change, our revolutionary energy of change, seeks to bridge a path forward for us as individuals, and therefore a path forward collectively that uncovers who you really are, clarifies who you really are with this vision and the reality of that visionary path in order to live that path. It's not enough to speak it into existence. As a matter of fact, very interestingly today, the moon over the next couple days is not in a conversation with our daily energies in Capricorn at all, that bigger picture, that building energy. So it really is about focusing that self thing that will move us forward in this path. And this revolutionary idea to accept that there is dis-ease as it is being presented to us, and our reaction to it is about our evolutionary energy. It is not all it seems. What has been planned is something for you to reflect upon, and it's global energies that are shaking us around our very core, that are influencing this shift that you have an opportunity to influence by starting with yourself. Start at home. You must live what you say you believe, and look for literally hypocrisies in this. Look for where things do not match how I feel, how I wish to be, how I wish to be seen. Understand that. And that's why it starts with you, because the moment I start talking about other people, I have gone into my ego, and now I'm into judgments versus assessments of what works for me and the life I'm creating. Start at home. This is not looking for new experiences to be communicated around the larger structures. It is about accepting all as it is in order to make plans for the individual. And then tomorrow, again, it's still a Leo moon, and it's a lot of the daily energies. So it's Venus, it's the Sun, it's Mars. Starting with today is Mercury. that are not in conversations with this Leo moon of what moves us forward. That's why it's so important. I must live making small steps every single day and look at where the contradictions come up. I'm going to let go of the word hypocrisy because there's a judgment, a feeling around it. But when actions do not align with words and beliefs, that's where we start over the next few days. And it may mean that in your integration and as you push boundaries out, there are some people who will no longer be accepted in your circle for just that reason. So, take care of yourself over the next couple days. It promises to be some really strong energy to be ridden. It is global, it is galactic, and we'll see how it unwinds through the 6th. I wish you good spaces. Sacred healing may be bestowed upon you. Namaste.